Hey guys, welcome to Living with the Grain. I'm Jared, and I finally have some time outside. Much needed. I've been trying to record in a room which I don't feel comfortable in, boxed in, dark. So great to have some outside light and try to get some fresh air at the same time. Uh, had an interesting conversation. Well, I didn't have it, but it was one I was listening to, as far as a cousin that's visiting from Houston, and they were talking about how people, I'm going to leave certain names out of this, but people either feel cheated or feel like they're being cheated by life. And as the conversation developed, it's basically how some people seem to have all these things, all these gifts, whatever they do turns to gold, and others just like are always just shy. And thought about that, and I remember a conversation that my dad and I had just a few months ago. I used to play basketball through high school and was really good, but I decided not to go on with it, and it was a personal anger issue that I was dealing with, and I didn't even realize it at the time. It took years to figure out that that's what I was dealing with. But went on to become a musician, did some really cool stuff with that, and then a personal trainer, and did very well with that. But the conversation I had with him was a family friend that we've known for a while made the comment to my dad, and my dad is now sharing this comment with me. He said, yeah, Jared's got great talent, he's done a lot, he just never seems to have the chance or the opportunity to get out there and do, whether people are cutting me down or whatever. Now let's fast forward past high school into the musicianship era. I did that through my late teens and the early 20s, mid 20s, and that's kind of where I started feeling some things. And what I mean by that was I would look at some of the musicians we were playing with, and instead of being grateful that we got to share a stage with them, I'm like, man, why is that guy getting these accolades? Why are they getting to do this? Why is my drummer in high school getting to play in Europe and I'm still over here playing the Whiskey A Go Go in LA? So my mentality, that's the first time, again, didn't realize it, was becoming a victim mentality of I was feeling cheated by life. I wasn't feeling it was fair. But also around that time frame, my early mid 20s, about 23, I started working on myself. I can't even remember what caused it or what exactly happened, but I said, something's not working. And it was the first time where anything I wanted to do would work, and now it's not. Couldn't figure it out. Was able to kind of shift through life, kept trying other things, doing other things. But until I really, really worked on it for several years, I'm talking 15 years, is what it took for me to realize that it's not life cheating me, it's my perception, kind of more of myself than anything else. It's so easy to, the comparison factor, I think, is a big player in why we feel that cheated, because we're comparing ourselves to someone else that may have put in more time. They may be on a level 10 in something they've been working on longer. We're still on a level 5, 6, 7, 8. We're not there. So yeah, they've earned that. And if we keep working, we'll earn that too. The thing that I was doing was, instead of pushing, I gave in. I quit. And sometimes I didn't quit full-heartedly. Basketball, I quit and basically never touched again, or very, very little. Music, I still do. I still do a lot of. But that is a very key factor to me in realizing that we're not a victim. We are what we create. So we're creating the environment of the world not giving us what we want, the universe not giving us what we want, because we start comparing ourselves to other people, and the mindset shifts from I can do whatever I want, I'm going to achieve this goal, I'm going to get to be whoever I want, to slowly being deteriorated. And then before we know it, we have a victim mindset. So what do we do about that? That's the hard question to answer, is what do we do about that? Because there's still things I struggle with about it. But it's like a tool, it gets easier the more you use it. Things that have really worked for me is when I start feeling that way is to take a step back. Like, think third person video game instead of first person shooter. You come back, you see the back of yourself, and you watch the watcher. I've heard that called a lot, or that instance called a lot. Watch the watcher. And what that means is watch yourself, watch your actions, be aware. How are you responding? What are you responding to? As hard as it can be, start taking a few deep breaths and removing your mental aspect of what is perceived as happening, and think about what could be happening on the actual reality. And I know that's a little hard to kind of explain right now, because that's not part of this. This is still about feeling like cheated by life. But removing our mental selves and working towards becoming present was a big key for me, because I was letting the anger, the comparison factor, all these things were robbing me of being here and being present. And again, that's another one, that's another topic. But being present for me started grounding me. And when I started becoming grounded, I was realizing, again, it was the choices I was making that was causing the way I viewed life versus me. It's not life versus you. It's you and life. And we only get it for a very short period of time. So the ability to have a perception, a good positive perception, takes time. It takes a lot of work. And understanding that sometimes, yeah, I do want that knee-jerk reaction. Things do upset me. It's the first thing I feel, and that's okay, that's fine. But the way I can respond to these situations are different now. And that response is taking a step back for a moment, a split moment, and realizing that it's okay. This is okay. It's not comfortable, but it's not life-threatening either. We can't control what happens to ourselves, to other people, the weather. There's so much we can't control. And we really can't even control ourselves, usually for a split second, sometimes longer. The more you practice it, the easier it becomes. So when we get to where that first initial, like, yeah, whatever we want to do, becomes something we can be responsive to and think logically for just a fraction of a section, it helps. It does help. So learning how to shift our mindset into delay. You find a grace period. And it's brief, but that brief moment helps. So I'll leave you with this question. I'm trying to figure out if this is what I want to do, is try to leave with questions after the end, or at the end. The way that I've started to look at things now, so this is the new tool that I'm learning. When I am challenged, when I'm faced with, I don't feel like life is fair, I don't feel life is right, it's cheating me. The first question I've started to ask myself is, what am I supposed to learn with this? What am I supposed to learn from this? So that will be the question I will leave you with this afternoon. When life does not feel fair, what am I supposed to learn from it? So you guys, find your peace, be at peace, find your joy. I'd love to help you. Enjoy what we have. Peace.